Hello everyone, this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life, and you know we can't have the winter indoor gardening without doing some microgreens. This is the same pack of seeds I had last year, so I put a little bit more in the jar. I've been soaking this for hours. So let's get to it. Let's go ahead and plant some curled cress microgreens. Microgreens, yes, I love microgreens. You should too. You don't have to put a lot on there. And you can feed it to your livestock. Let's get to it. Is this thing? Are you my friend? Hi y'all. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. And it's the winter indoor gardening again. Oh, I shouldn't say again. 2024. So, you know I can't join the competition or continue the competition because I planted quite a few things. Just waiting. Some of them have popped up though, and I'll give you an update sooner or later. Sooner than later, I should say. So, this is my microgreens. And you know last year I did microgreens. And microgreens, I'm going to get a harvest within about 7 days. The back of this packet tells you how to do it, but I already know because I did it last year. And this is the same packet of seeds. See how raggedy it is? So we're going to go ahead and plant our microgreens for the Winter Indoor Garden Challenge. And I know I'll get results. I know. I got to keep on using this stuff because it don't last so long. Let's get to it. So the first thing you want to do when you have microgreens or when you're planting microgreens, this is what I do. Now, you don't have to follow me. You could do it dry if you want to, but I soak these jokers in water for about, 2-3 hours. And they get like a little slimy thing on them. And you keep on, it's like, if you've ever soaked oats, that's what it does. They swell. So you keep on having to add water. And I don't mind adding water. But this is the ones, it's called curled cress microgreens. And I've had this bag for about 3 years. And I still have a lot. I mean, how much was in this bag? About a pound? About a pound of it. It didn't cost me very much. Microgreens are very good for you. I'm not going to tell you the health benefits of it, but pound for pound, and you can't eat a pound of it, it is way better for you, and it provides you with a lot of micronutrients that we are missing in our diet today. Now, there's a lot of people there's a lot of people who don't like them, and there are different types of microgreens. Example, mung beans, and you can get broccoli microgreens. I mean, there's several different types, but this is the curled cress microgreens. This is just the first one that I opened because I have several packets of microgreens. So I got the free trays that I get from the big box stores. When they finish selling all the seedlings, they have these trays left over, and I've soaked these microgreens in water. And I had to add water. I mean, this is my third time adding water because they keep swelling. They've been in this jar for approximately 2 to 3 hours. So I have my soil over here, and I don't have a particular soil that I use. People always ask, well, what kind of soil do you use? Just buy what you can afford. I don't recommend the cheapest. Buy something in the medium. Buy what you can afford. Even if you have to go out into your yard and get soil from your yard, that is better than not trying it all. I'm not going to say you're going to get, I'm not going to say that everybody's soil is different. Some people have good soil, some people have bad soil, but you don't necessarily have to go out there and purchase soil. You can use the stuff from the land. Plants grow out there all the time. Unless your soil is poisoned with some kind of heavy metal or something, you can use that soil. Now, if you're in the inner city, I don't recommend too much, because they knock down buildings and they basically poison the soil because it gets the infiltration of leads and heavy metals get into the soil in the cities a lot. But if you know that your soil is good and that it's not going to make you sick, go ahead and use it. If not, buy what you can afford. I'm not a proponent of going out there and getting the best. Some people have this thing where they say, oh, I only use this type. And not everybody can afford to spend $15 for a bag of soil. It's not within a lot of people's budget to spend that much. If they spend $15 for a bag of soil, they might as well go to the grocery store and buy their stuff. Just my opinion. So I'm just, how much did I pay? Oh, let me tell you a trick that I use. And this is how I got this soil. So if you go to the big box stores, right? The Home or the Low store, and the bag is broken, especially at the the Lowe's store, if the bag is popped and somebody has ripped it, because the bags are cheap, they give you 50% off. So I got this soil. This soil was marked at about $5. I think it was $4.83 or something like that, right? But somebody had ripped it. It was sitting on the side all raggedy looking and stuff. So I went up to the guy and I said, hey, you got some ripped bags back there, and I know you all mark it 50% off. Sure enough, he said, go and get them. There were 4 bags of soil in that area that were ripped. And I picked them all. Well, no, it was 5. I got 4 of the 5. The only reason why I didn't get the 5th one is because there were ants on it. 50% off. So it was $4.83. So I got them for like $2, a little over $2 each. Good job, right? They have ripped bags all the time. All the time. People pick up those bags, they rip, and then they put it back down and they get another bag of soil that's not ripped. Even if they're the ones who ripped it, they don't want to get all that mess in their car, so they were like, leave that there, get a good one. And they keep on. If another one rips, they just go on to the next bag till they open. They done ripped up about several of them. I don't know why these companies don't spend more money on, making sure the bags are better, but the bags that they put the soil in are not good. And if it gets ripped at the LO's store, and I believe the Home Depot, I haven't done it to Home Depot yet, it's 50% off. They mark it down. Now, if you buy those type of bags like I do, don't expect, you better get some plastic, because if you have a car, it's going to get all over your car. I have a truck, so I don't really care. I throw it in the back of my truck. I just make sure that half of the contents have not escaped the bag yet. That's the only thing I care about. Then they have tarps there at the door, and I get a couple of tarps, tie them up as best I can, and take them home for $2. To me, it's a steal. I believe that if you can find something for less, go ahead and do it. So that's the secret. At the LO's store, if it's ripped open, especially with soil, it's 50% off. You just have to make sure you know about it. This lady was walking around, and she was watching me, and she was like, well, why are you picking all that stuff up? I said, it's marked down. If it's ripped, it's marked down. I don't mind sharing information, but some people, they look at you like you did something wrong. She was like, well, they didn't tell me that. I said, they're not going to tell you. You have to just know. You have to know. They're not going to tell you. And, and the reason why I know about it is because I've seen so many bags at those stores, because I'm a gardener. I've seen so many bags that were ripped, already marked at 50% off, that I know that's what they do. So hopefully they don't change that rule, because that's a bargain. So here I have my microgreens that have been soaking, and all I do is I run it, and I spread it on, move this out the way, spread it on the pods, trying to get them as even as possible. This thing is going to thicken up, and it's going to take over this entire thing. Man, I may have done too many. Let me see. Yep. It looks weird, doesn't it? It looks like oatmeal. And I just want to get as much in there and as evenly as possible, because I want this thing full of microgreens. And what I don't eat, I give to my chickens. Chickens love microgreens, and it's so good for them. and it supplements me having to spend money on feed. And, you know, lately they've been demanding my garden. If y'all watch my channel, y'all have heard them complain. So once you get them all on there, right, my jar is empty, and you take your hand and you spread them out. And try to get them off of the plastic part. Get them on good soil. Just spread them out so that they can give them the opportunity to thrive, right? And all I'm doing is I'm using my 2 fingers to spread it out like it's a cake, a frosting on a cake. That's the only way I can explain it. Frosting on a cake. Yep. Everybody gets a little bit, right? Remember when you used to go to, like, if you had a classmate at school and they had a cake for that person's birthday, and they had to make sure that everybody got a slice, a little piece. That's what I'm doing right here, making sure that everybody or every pod gets enough distribution. I don't want the seeds to be more on one part than it is on the other. Now this thing is gonna fill out like a forest, like the rainforest. It's gonna cover up everything. Everything's gonna be covered. But I don't want, one side to look, I don't want it to be lopsided, basically. I want everything, every pod gets its chance to thrive. Every pod gets some kind of distribution on it. And one place is not scanty and the other place has a whole bunch of stuff on it. I want them all to have equal, almost equal distribution. I can't make it exactly equal, but I get close. And I don't want the seeds on top of each other. I want them to be separated. You don't want seeds on top of each other. You want them to be separated. So I just do the best I can to take my fingers and spread them out. Like that. Spread them out. Yep. There we are. Perfect. Get it off that plastic. Make sure everything is on good land, good soil. And I got seeds all over the place. That's all right. I'm just checking myself and rechecking myself. Rechecking the seed to make sure that they're where they're supposed to be. See that? I got a whole bunch on this end. But that's okay. Got a whole bunch right here. And that's fine. Okay. Continue to spread because I'm a perfectionist. No, I'm not. Couldn't be a perfectionist and survive this long. All right, here we go. Patting them in. Here we are. You're all in. So now we're gonna water them in. We don't want these things to dry out. We want to keep them as wet as possible. It's like a gel is on them right now. They're like tomato seeds. You know how the tomato seeds and the cucumbers have that gel around them? Because I hydrated them, that's how they look, or that's how they feel. Like they have gel on top of them. So, all right. Let me go get some water. So it's rainy season out here in Texas. So this is rainwater. Yay, there are special plants. And all I do is I drizzle a little bit of water on each pod. The seeds are already wet. And it's also going to help me get any seeds that are not embedded in soil, that are on plastic, into the pods. And just keep on moving it like that. And yeah, soaking it. Now, if you see me squirt real hard, that's because I'm trying to knock it off the plastic or separate some seeds. If I see a whole bunch of them coagulating together. All right. There we are. Beautiful. They are beautiful. And we're done. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life, and this is the planting of my microgreens. Y'all will see me soon because these are gonna grow. They're gonna start sprouting in the next day or so. And in about 7 days, I can start harvesting. This is a quick crop. Very good for you, very, very nutrient dense, and you can grow it anywhere. I'll see you guys later, all right? Microgreens Week 2024. Let's go.